In a busy city called Lagos, there was a 12-year-old boy named Tunde. He was smart, energetic, and full of dreams. His parents, Ngozi and Chike, loved him very much. They cared about his education and made sure he had time for family activities. Tunde loved playing football with his friends and reading books, but he had one big wish: a phone. For months, Tunde asked his parents for a phone. He said, "All my friends have one. I need one for school and to stay in touch with my friends." Ngozi and Chike had their doubts. They knew that phones could be good, but they also worried about the bad things that could happen. Phones could bring trouble, and they didn't want Tunde to be distracted or exposed to things he wasn't ready for. But after much discussion, they finally agreed. "It's his birthday. We should give it to him," Chike said one evening. On the day of Tunde's 12th birthday, he opened his gift with excitement. There it was, a shiny new phone. His eyes sparkled as he hugged his parents tightly. "Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dad," he said, his voice full of joy. He immediately started to explore the phone, downloading apps and looking at videos. It felt like he had just entered a new world. For the first few days, everything seemed fine. Tunde used his phone to look up homework, watch educational videos, and even play some games. He showed his parents the apps he liked, and Ngozi and Chike thought they had made the right decision. Tunde was happy, and they were happy too. But then, things started to change. At first, it was small. Tunde would sometimes use his phone during dinner, but his parents thought it was harmless. But the more he used it, the less he paid attention to what was happening around him. Soon, Tunde wasn't interested in family time anymore. He spent all his free time on his phone, ignoring the world outside. He didn't play football with his friends as much, and he no longer liked going out to the market with his mom. "Maybe we should talk to him," Ngozi said one evening. "He is not the same." Chike agreed, but he didn't want to be too hard on Tunde. "He's just getting used to it," he said. "He'll be fine." As time passed, though, Tunde's behavior only got worse. He was staying up later at night, playing games and chatting on his phone. The next day, he would be tired and unable to focus at school. His grades, once great, began to drop. He forgot about his homework and barely paid attention in class. His teachers started to notice too. Tunde used to be one of the smartest kids in class, his teacher said to Ngozi and Chike one day. But now, he's distracted all the time. He doesn't participate in class activities anymore. The parents were worried. They couldn't understand what was happening. Tunde was a good student, but his grades were slipping fast. They sat down with him one evening to talk. "Tunde, we've noticed you're not doing your best at school anymore. What's going on?" Ngozi asked gently. Tunde didn't look up from his phone. "It's nothing, Mom. I'm just checking my messages." "We are worried about you," Chike said. "You're spending too much time on that phone. You're not playing with your friends anymore. You're not even doing your homework." But Tunde wasn't listening. "I'm fine," he muttered. "I'm just keeping up with my friends. Everyone has a phone now. I need to stay connected." As the days went by, Tunde became more and more attached to his phone. He spent hours each day chatting with friends online. He played games that kept him glued to the screen for hours. His family tried to talk to him, But he wouldn't listen. He was more interested in what was happening online than in what was happening in the real world. One weekend, Tunde's parents planned a birthday party for him. They invited his friends from school, hoping to bring everyone together. Tunde was excited at first, but when the day came, only a few of his friends showed up, and even they didn't stay for long. They were all too busy with their phones. During the party, no one really talked to each other. They all just stared at their screens, typing messages and watching videos. Tunde felt alone. He had planned the party to be fun, but instead, it was like everyone was just somewhere else, even though they were sitting right there. Why is everyone on their phones? Tunde asked, frustrated. They are just checking their messages. One of his friends replied, "It's no big deal." But to Tunde, it felt like a big deal. His friends were more interested in talking to people online than spending time with him. At the end of the day, Tunde felt empty. His phone, which he had thought would bring him closer to people, seemed to push him further away. Later that night, after everyone left, Tunde's parents tried to comfort him. "It's okay, Tunde. We just wanted you to have fun time with your friends," Ngozi said. But Tunde didn't feel okay. "They don't care about me. They were all on their phones. I don't think anyone really wants to hang out with me." Ngozi and Chike were concerned. They could see that the phone was affecting Tunde in ways they hadn't imagined. They decided to take a closer look at his phone. When they checked, they found things that shocked them. Tunde had been watching videos that were not appropriate for him. He was also part of online groups where people said hurtful things about others. Some of these groups even made fun of his classmates. Tunde had started to behave the same way, using bad language and saying things he wouldn't have said before. "Is this what you've been doing on your phone?" Chike asked, holding up the phone. Tunde's face went pale. I didn't mean to," Tunde said softly, his voice shaking. "I was just following what everyone else was doing. I thought it was normal." His parents were upset but also sad. They realized they had given him a tool that opened up a world he wasn't ready for. The phone had become a place where Tunde was exposed to things he didn't understand and wasn't matured enough to handle. That evening, they had a long conversation with Tunde. "We gave you the phone because we thought it would help you," Ngozi said gently. "But now we see that it's taking more away from you than it's giving." Tunde didn't argue. He felt ashamed and confused. "I didn't know. I just wanted to be like everyone else." After a few more weeks of talking and thinking, Ngozi and Chike made a decision. They decided to take the phone away. It wasn't an easy choice, but they knew it was for the best. "Tunde," Chike said, "we are taking your phone for now. We think you need a break from it. It's not that we don't trust you. We just want you to have time to focus on what's really important. Your studies, your friends, and us." Tunde was upset, of course. He shouted, "You can't take it away. You can't do this." But after a few while, he started to realize that maybe his parents were right. The phone had caused too much distance between him and the people who truly cared about him. Over the next few weeks, Tunde's life slowly began to change. He spent more time with his parents, talking about his day and playing football with his friends. He started to focus more on his studies and was even happier than before. His friendships improved, and he learned that real connections happened face to face, not on a screen. As for his parents, They realized that giving Tunde the phone was not a decision to be made lightly. They learned that technology, when not properly managed, could take away more than it gave. But they also knew that by guiding Tunde through the right way to use technology, they could help him grow into a responsible and happy young man. Moral of this story: while phones can be helpful, they can also have negative effects if not used responsibly. It's important for parents to guide their children and set limits on screen time to help them grow in a balanced and healthy way. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel for more interesting and beautiful stories. Bye bye.